Well, I finally am going to start making lures and hopefully make a business out of it. But I have some quality molds and injectors and plastics and dyes and glitters and all that good stuff on the way. For now, though, I've just been using these. I got a double, one single, another single, and another single, curly tail, and a bunch of paddle baits. These are the paddle baits I've been making. The paddle tail baits I've been making. These are glow in the dark ones. But so step one is you get some oil. You want to get some oil, and you want to make sure every surface of the cavity inside the mold is lubricated. Because if you don't, they come out looking dull and not very shiny, and they don't reflect any light, and they're just less appetizing. Mineral oil is probably preferable because it has no scent to it, or maybe some sort of fish attractant oil, but I've been using this just because I keep forgetting to get something different, and it seems to work. I've been catching fish with it. So I get some on a paper towel, and then I take the paper towel and just rub it inside the cavity, which is really hard to do with one hand, so I'm gonna put the phone down and just oil these up. What you wanna do is you wanna get it to where the inside of the cavity is shiny like that, so you get a slick surface on your final product and it doesn't stick in the mold. That's the main reason you want to do it, is because if you oil them, it won't stick. If you do oil them, it will stick. Sometimes you'll end up ripping the tail off because it's stuck in that cavity. So what I usually do is I put a drop of oil in there, and then I turn it up like this and let it run down, and then I smooth it out with a paper towel. I forgot to tell you about that part first. The next step is to melt some plastisol. I got a bunch of scrap in here, and I've already started melting it, that's why it's all gooey. But these are all different, what you call them, over pours. Like when I fill these molds, whatever pours over, and then I just cut it up and put it in here and remelt it. Stick it in the microwave, usually for about 1 minute and 45 seconds on medium, and then I'll take it out and stir it. But this is what it is made of. It's liquid plastic with resin in it, and once it gets hot, the resin hardens up the plastic, and then you color it with this stuff here, mica powder. I got some smaller ones in here. Comes in these little jars, and it takes about a teaspoon per cup or less, depending on how rich you want the color. And I got some bags of it, some glow in the dark colors and whatnot. Hopefully I can get everything I ordered on eBay really quick and actually clear this board and start using it for orders. That'd be so cool. I'd be pretty stoked on that. So once your plastic's melted, ooh, I forgot to use the glove side for that. I must have gotten some water in there. I see bubbles. So bubbles are usually caused by water, in my experience. I'm sure there's other things that cause it, maybe mixing two different kinds of plastisols that aren't meant to be mixed or something. But getting water on them and then mixing it with water usually gets it really bubbly. I found that if you just stir it a little while and let it settle, and then stir it a little while and let it settle, it makes the bubbles work themselves out a little faster. Well, I really like the way those two colors came out together. One was green gold and one was blue silver, and together they make a pretty nice color. So the next thing I do is I put my injector in there, and then I pull the plunger and draw some up there, and I do it nice and slow and smooth so I don't make bubbles. And I take it over here and I inject it into the holes inside these molds. And I don't have a tripod, or I'd video myself doing that. I've never tried doing this while filming on my phone camera at the same time, so it came out a lot messier than usual. I usually don't over pour so much. Usually I just pour just enough to cover that hole. And what you want to do is, as the plastic is cooling, it shrinks inside the mold, and it'll cause voids and bubbles and whatnot. So as it's cooling, you'll see the level at the sprue start to drop down, and you just want to
give it a little touch of rubber so that it has something to draw. As it shrinks, it'll draw the hot plastic in, and it'll fill any voids that are there. This is really hard to do while I'm holding the camera on it. I'll tell you what, but I think that's gonna do it. I really like the way that color came out. That looks real nice. Okay, so now that the plastisol is cooled a little bit, I'll go ahead and take that extra stuff. That's what I used to cut and put in the melt earlier. Then you just take the mold apart, pop out your bait. And I got cheap molds, so there's gonna be a lot of flashing. I did order some new molds, they're on the way. And apparently they don't leave a whole lot of flashing, but these little ones, I decided to support the Ukraine and buy from Best NJ off of Amazon. Why not, you know? I mean, everyone's got a history. There's this in danger of being rewritten by somebody else, which I don't think is fair at all. But I'm not trying to get political. So anyways, you just keep going. Here's that double mold. And you'll see there's a little piece of, where's my camera? Oh, my phone's upside down. That's what's going on. No, it's not. I can't find my viewfinder. There it is. So you see that little piece right there? I just stuck it to the fish's body, but there into the belly, right above my finger there. It's called flashing. You just want to pull that off. I mean, if you're gonna sell them, I don't really think it does anything. I think the fish are gonna buy them regardless. But I mean, if you're gonna like make them to sell to your friends and family or online or whatever, you're gonna want to pull that flashing off. Otherwise, it just looks like a unprofessional job. This is my latest purchase. Got this thing for $25. It's a curly tail jig mold, and one of the better ones I've gotten. It doesn't have any flashing on it. It does a really good curly tail grub. I like those a lot. Oh, by the way, as I'm taking them out of the mold, I drop them in a bowl of cold water. It helps them cure up faster. That way, when I'm all out of the mold, and I can make room for the next batch by sticking those on a towel or something to dry off, and not worry about them getting a messed up shape from setting in a weird position. The coldness helps it set faster so that it stays straight until it's set, and then you don't have to worry about it bending or getting stuck in that position. Just realized I messed that up and switched it from selfie mode to turning it around the other way, and you're looking at a zoomed in video of the lead shot bottle. So anyways, once I get done taking them out of the molds, and I put the molds all back together, I then come back and pull them out of the water, and I lay them on a paper towel to dry, just like that. And then that's all done. I still need to clean some flashing off this big guy, as you see there. But that's the deal. That's how it's done.